To the United States now, where Los Angeles police say the son of Hollywood director Rob Reiner has been arrested and charged with the murder of his parents. Reiner was found dead along with his wife, Michelle, in their home. He directed some of Hollywood's most iconic films of the 1980s and 90s. Reiner's 32-year-old son, Nick, is being held in custody on $4 million in bail.
Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer, were found dead in their home in the upmarket LA neighborhood of Brentwood. A prolific actor and director respected by many. Fans around the world are devastated.
Oh, I'm shocked. And I remember him from way back when. Starting with All in the Family, and I'm just such a great social activist, and I'm really sad and shocked.
Some of my favourite films, Spinal Tap, which is an absolute classic. Real shock, and the circumstances around it as well, which is just before Christmas, really bad news, and obviously his wife as well. It was really sad.
Reiner made his mark on many well-loved films spanning several decades, playing faux documentarian Marty DeBerge in the cult classic This Is Spinal Tap.
I got more. A lot more.
And displaying his broad range as a director.
I'm completely closed off.
From comedic love story When Harry Met Sally.
When?
Someday. We're gonna get out of this.
Coming of age film Stand By Me.
And the first real taste of life.
To the military drama A Few Good Men.
300 yards from 4,000 Cubans who were trained to kill me.
Tributes have been flooding in from those who knew and respected him in the film industry. Actor Ben Stiller calling him one of my favourite directors. He is also being remembered by leading political figures for his philanthropy and activism. Kamala Harris called him a close friend who fought for America's democracy. Some of the many democratic issues Reiner campaigned for include children's healthcare and education in California, as well as financial support for artists.
Entertainment journalist KJ Matthews is on the story and joins us now from Los Angeles. KJ, one of the Reiner's children has been arrested. What can you tell us about the investigation?
Yes, originally he was booked on suspicion of murder. Now it's been upgraded to 2 counts of murder charges, one for allegedly killing his mother and his father. And initially they had set his bail at $4 million. Now they have reduced that. They've said that he's not receiving any bail at all. So there's no bond at all for him to even bond out of jail. That's the latest. Right now, I'm also hearing that the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce is set in about 45 minutes to put memorial flowers on Rob Reiner's star on the Walk of Fame. And that's the latest that we have in terms of the investigation. Of course, the investigation is still ongoing. You still have officers out at his house in the Tony neighborhood of Brentwood in that section of Los Angeles, still trying to gather evidence. But as we see it right now, their son, Nick, has been arrested for their murder. And I'm told that one of their daughters, who lives across the street, actually discovered the bodies of her mother and her father, unfortunately.
How have Reiner's peers in Hollywood reacted to this incident?
I think right now, some are just so shocked still, even though it's less than 24 hours, they're still kind of reeling from the shock of what happened to him and just how he lost his life. I think is the most shocking. I'm told that Billy Crystal and Larry David even showed up outside of his home a few hours after the incident was reported on the news. And then, of course, you have so many people that are weighing in, from Ben Stiller to Kathy Bates to Stephen King, all over social media, sending their condolences, even presidential figures, Barack Obama, California Governor Gavin Newsom, and the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, all offering their condolences and saying what a giant he was, not only in Hollywood, to the local communities as well.
The sitting president, U.S. President Donald Trump, also made a statement regarding Reiner's passing, and one that has sparked widespread outrage. What exactly did he say?
Yeah, he basically said that he possibly passed away from Trump derangement syndrome because, if people don't know, rather, Rob Reiner was a Democrat, and he spoke out against President Trump. He did not believe in his policies and did not believe he should be president. So Donald Trump had some choice words to say about him. I think people are very much reacting just with disgust and very angry, just because, we're used to hearing Donald Trump speak his truth on his Truth social media page. But I think because it's been less than 24 hours since the death of Rob Reiner, the murder of Rob Reiner and his wife, that people feel that it's just too soon to say any type of jokes or make lighthearted of what happened to him because it is such a horrible, horrific situation. So yes, a lot of condemnation worldwide about his tweet.
Reiner, you mentioned it there, a prominent Democratic activist. Tell us more about his political work.
Oh, yes, he was a strong advocate for the LGBTQ plus community here in Los Angeles. He spoke out and spoke in support of education and the arts. He also spoke out for disenfranchised people in the community here throughout Southern California. So he was very liberal, very democratic, and really wanted to speak for equality for all. So he was doing things in front of the camera. He was doing things in back of the camera with directing and producing. But he also had a heart for people who weren't rich and famous like him and wanting to make sure that they had options and opportunities like everyone else.
Let's look at his creative legacy. How did Reiner's work influence Hollywood?
I like to say that if you had to teach a course about Hollywood and storytelling, you could have one course alone on his work. I mean, A Few Good Men, The Princess Bride, Misery, The Wolf of Wall Street. Those are all films that are memorable. People go around tweeting lines from those movies or just reciting lines. He was just a master in storytelling. And what I think is so interesting is that people forget that he started out as an actor. Remember, he was an actor on All in the Family who transitioned into producing and directing. And he ended up being, I think, a better director and producer and writer than he was an actor, and was very successful. He's got, at least, if you think of the top 10 films in the world, really, I would say probably 50% are on that list come from Rob Reiner. He was just a master in storytelling.
We'll almost have to wrap it up, but maybe before you go, do you have an anecdote about him that you could share with us in under a minute? I'm sorry.
Quickly, he was on the Howard Stern show about a year, less than I think 2 years ago. And what I found interesting is that he said that it wasn't his father, his famous father, is Carl Reiner, well-known producer, didn't really discover the talent in him. It was Norman Lear, who is a great producer, who was a friend of his father, who saw Rob Reiner when he was younger playing with his son and said, you know what? That guy has something. He's funny. He's hilarious. We should put him in TV. And that's really how it got started. It wasn't his father, Carl Reiner, who pushed him into show business. It was actually Norman Lear. And I always found that interesting.
Very much so. That was KJ Matthews on the passing of Rob Reiner. Thanks so much.
Thank you.